Hey everybody, this is Stuart here, and I just want to make another video about Path of Exile, and today I wanted to talk about the gems and the skill system and how they work. If you have any questions about what Path of Exile is, check out my last video I made, which is basically a beginner's guide to what Path of Exile is and how to play it, things like that. But anyway, today I'm on my witch, and I got a few gems in my inventory here. And so the way that gems work in this game is that they pretty much are what control all of your abilities in this game. You don't have any innate class abilities, like the witch doesn't, specifically get ice spear or something like that. It all comes through the gems. So basically any class could theoretically equip any gem and use any skill. There are three different colors of gems: green, blue, and red. Green are kind of like the dexterity gems, blue are the intelligence gems, and red are the strength gems. And within all, there's another breakdown in that there's kind of like primary ability gems and then support gems. And primary ability gems look kind of like this oval shape right here. So dual strike right here is a primary gem. And then the more circular looking gems are support gems. And so here, lesser multiple projectiles is a support gem. When you look at these gems, they basically tell you a great deal of information, and that first line there will tell you basically what kind of spell it's categorized as. So you can see that Fireball is a fire spell, it's a projectile, and it does AoE or area of effect damage. This is good to know because when you look at support, the support gem there in the first line says support projectile, so you know that that support gem supports only projectile spells, so you know that this gem could support this gem, because the primary ability is a projectile, as is the support. If you ever have a question about whether or not a support is actually going to work, one way to test it out is to link them up and then look at your icons down here. And if you'll notice right here in the upper right hand corner, there's little numbers or letters, and if those are there, it means that it's that ability is being affected by support gems. That brings up another thing: how do you link a support in a primary attack? So on your gear that you get, you'll have sockets, and they'll have red, blue, or green sockets. And these sockets could either be linked or not linked. So when you start out, you'll usually get pieces of gear that maybe only have one socket, or maybe two or three, but that they don't have links. And as you progress, you get more sockets on gear, and you probably start to see more links. But if you look down here in my boots, you'll see that these two sockets do not have a link between them. And what that means is that if I had a support gem in one and a primary gem in the other, the support gem would not actually interact and would have no effect on the primary gem. Whereas over here you see these three gems have links between all of them. These four gems have a link between here, 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 and here, and here, which means that all of these gems are capable of interacting with each other. And so right now on my chest setup, what I have is I have a primary ability, Spark, and you can see it's lightning, projectile, spell, and a duration. And then I have three support gems. So I have faster casting, and that does affect spells, so I know that that's working. And I can also tell by looking down here I have three icons, or three letters that are showing that I have three effects on my primary ability. I also have increased critical strikes, which is just a straight up support, so that works with just about anything. And then item rarity, which is another support. One other thing to note is when you have these support gems affecting your primary gem, they make the primary ability cost more. So Spark has a base cost of 25 mana, that third line down there from the top on the tooltip. But when you start looking at these and any support gem, most support gems will have mana cost multipliers. So their faster casting has a 120% multiplier. Increased critical strikes has a 115% multiplier, and item rarity actually does not have a multiplier, and that's kind of part of the reason I have that one in there right now, is because I just don't have a big enough mana pool right now to be able to support another third support gem. But anyway, this support system and how this works is what lends a lot of the creativity and freedom to this game, because you can structure your spells so many different ways and augment them as you see fit. There's going to be a lot of different combinations on how you build them, and figuring out which gems are the best to use in support is going to be a whole lot of the fun of this game, I think. So let's see. Anyway, I just wanted to teach everybody a little bit about that if they didn't already know, and if you have any comments in the video or other suggestions for videos I can make in the future, please let me know. One other thing I wanted to mention is that you do level gems up, so they start generally I think at a level 1, and then as you have them equipped in a socket, even if you're not using that ability, it'll level them up and make them a little bit stronger. So they also have requirements, so that, I mean, if you're focusing solely on intelligence, there are some gems, for instance this red gem, if I wanted to use fireball, maybe put fire penetration as a support gem on it, I need to have at least 33 strength there if I want to use this base level 1 gem. So that's something to consider when you're trying to figure out your primary stats and how to allocate them in your passive skill tree. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you liked, please subscribe, and I'll be making more of these videos in the future.